This is the BINTI Love Podcast. 5 points, 5 stars, review. And I am your host, BINTI Love. Yes. Okay. So, I'm going to be reviewing this week The Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 7, Episode 20, Part 3 of the reunion. And again, this is the BINTI Love Podcast. And I am your host, BINTI Love. That's me. And that's my big microphone. Okay. So, let me just say this. Okay. Now, the Fair Use Act of 1976 is for criticism, news reporting, commentary, teaching, scholarship, or research. Okay. All right, guys. Now, here are the beautiful ladies again. The 3 parts. Still, they have the blue dresses on, good hair. And I still think the background washes them out with these colors blending into the background. And I think it makes them look a little bit older than they are. And if they're old, they're looking ancient with these colors on. Just saying, just reporting, guys. Okay, so let me just start right out and say, I gave this episode, part 3 of the reunion, 4 stars. 4 out of 5. Not too bad. Not too shabby. And point number 1, who even is Mia's friend that came on there with the alleged receipts? Who is she? Like, she just got on the show and now she already got receipts on her friend? I don't know about that. Seems a little bit shady, maybe. I don't know. How did that just crumble so soon? I'm not saying she's shady, but to have all these receipts and, all of a sudden, I don't get it. Yeah. I'm not saying she's shady, but it seems a little shady to me. Definitely seems shady to me. Mia's friend is coming on with receipts, and I'm like, girl, bye. You haven't even been on here for a hot second. You didn't even really get to know anything about Mia's friend. It's like, who is she to even bring receipts? We love Mia already, and she hasn't even been on that show that long. So I think that's not a smart move for the friend to come on the show and already have all these comments and everything to say when she's the paint hasn't even dried yet for her being on the show. Yeah, and now she came with receipts already. I'm like, girl, bye. Okay, let's move on to point number 2. Let me just report that it is simply foolish to just have, these people coming on the show for just one season. Again, I feel as though they need to stop that. They need to really audition these people before they get on the show, because we're not trying to have them just on a show for one season and then leave. So let me just report that I didn't like that, and I felt that, I think Bravo really needs to take a better look at these people just coming on, moving out, coming on, moving out. Like, this is supposed to be more like a family show and stuff like that, okay, you want to get to know these girls. You want them to be like a part of your, okay, I wonder what she's doing right now. When the season's off, you think about them, You're like on their Instagram, what's going on with these girls? You want them to be like a part of your extended family. Like, you kind of know them in your head. Like, I wonder what Robin is doing. I wonder what Mia's doing with her little summer break coming or whatever like that. And where is Wendy really? You know what I mean? So I don't like when they bring girls on a show and then they're only there for a season and then they're left and you're like, why was I even entertaining looking at their lives if they're not going to be here for a while? So again, I think it's simply foolish to just have one season on a show and start coming against a main character, which is Mia, that is your friend and that brought you on the show. So now she probably never comes back on the show. And that was not wise of her. So I wanted to report that. That was point number 2, which was really basically confirming what I said in point number 1. Sometimes that. Okay. Now, point number 3, my criticism is that Gizelle has really torn down Chris and Candace. Again, this is Candace, and she has her husband Chris. And here's Gizelle with the big bouffant hairdo and the tassos. Okay. Miss Matriarch. Okay, so I really feel she has, And he kept saying, okay, what did I do? On purpose, probably nothing. He probably didn't do nothing on purpose. But she just got her feeling, saying that she felt uncomfortable. And she's like, he's like, but what did I do? And she's like, but you made me feel uncomfortable. Like, I thought my people were in the room and things of that sort. And then they weren't. And you were just there. And you're a married man in a room with her with the door closed. So we got to remember that, Gizelle is really, really kind of conservative. It might not seem like it at times, but she really is conservative, and I think that is part of the issue that a younger, not to call Gizelle old, but a younger Candace and a new husband coming from a different realm and of generation of society, that they don't get, that way of thinking of, oh, she felt uncomfortable being in a room with a married man, and they're like, what? But he's like, what did I do? I don't know, is Gizelle just getting old? I don't know. She might just be getting old, and I think she feels, never asked a woman to meet in a bedroom behind closed doors, and I think it's something like that. And, her feelings are her feelings, and I definitely support her feelings, but on the other hand, Chris is like, well, what did I do? And she's like, nothing happened, but I felt uncomfortable. Yeah. But I'm like, okay, can everyone just eat dinner now? Gizelle felt uncomfortable. Just don't do it again, Chris, and move on. Can everyone just eat dinner now? Like, is that over, Gizelle? If nothing happened, please, can we just move on? And I don't know who keeps bringing it up. Chris is getting all his emotions and his feelings. Gizelle said, I just felt I felt uncomfortable. And she wanted it to be known. And, as a woman, you want them to know, like, look, I don't do this again, which she did not say that I know of. But, allegedly, it was just, she said, I felt uncomfortable. And you want that to be known. Like, I don't think the friendship should stop. But, you got to state what it is. I felt uncomfortable, and she don't ever want to be in a position again or some sort. No one really knows. What did he do? She says, I felt uncomfortable. Okay, move on from that. Love Gizelle, love Chris and Candace together, love their love, and it just seems like something that needs to be worked out. Probably behind closed doors. Like everyone sit down together and talk it out without all of the the media and all involved in it. Because this might be a really good friendship to keep. Okay. Point number 4, MVP moment, is Karen. Karen was not playing. She's like, look, I don't care. And the faces that she made with her updo, the twin sisters here, see it. Yeah, was hilarious. Hilarious. She was full of fun. And I really felt that her energy there for the reunion part 3. It's a long one, and still, was there any resolution here? I have no idea. But okay, let me just take some time out to say, again, this is the BINTI Love Podcast. 5 points, 5 stars that you are watching. And I'm your host, BINTI Love. That's me right there. Hi. Okay. Now again, BINTI Love Podcast. You can follow me at www.bintilove.com. And these are YouTube reviews on reality TV, celebrity weddings. Something's coming more with that. Be more of a monthly situation. And I will talk more about that when that's here. Celebrity weddings, plays, concerts, comedy, and various events. So subscribe on YouTube and tell 10 of your friends. And it's BINTI Love at BINTI Love 9019. You can just type that into Google and it will pull up my podcast. And then you can just subscribe right there. And that would be good. Okay. Now, is this going to be a research moment or a teachable moment, guys? Let's take a look here. This is BINTI Love now. Is this a teachable moment or a research moment? Here at the BINTI Love Podcast, viewers try to guess which one it is with the BINTI Love Podcast. Is this a research moment or a teachable moment, guys? This is BINTI Love now. Yeah, so is this a research moment or a teachable moment, guys? BINTI Love Podcast. Yeah, great background there. Love it. Okay, it's going to be a teachable moment. And this is why. If one whom is Robin's husband, if he is like, okay, and now Robin and Juan have been married before, and then they got divorced. They went through some money problems allegedly, and they were kind of like not married but still living as a married couple, as I gathered from the show and what has been reported to me. And then they're like, okay, we want to get married again and not really invite too many people, but we're just going to get married again and just make it official again, which I think is great. Great. Yeah. So I love that. But if he cheats again, and they get divorced one more time for his cheating, let it go. And do not get married. Just a teachable moment again. Don't get married again and divorced again and married again for his cheating. Yeah. Just let it go. I would say. If they get divorced one more time, just let it go. Because apparently he's saying, there's an issue there. But hopefully he's straightened it out and he's really in his commitment again and they'll be good. But if that doesn't happen, then he just is not going to stop cheating. And then if 2 divorces happen, Robin, friend him for life. Like, I would say move on from that. If you get married again, he cheated again, and then you get divorced. Do not let your life be the sad story of somebody else's issues and infidelities, and then you're the person dragged into marriage, divorce. Move on from that. Just friend him. I love him. He's my children's father. And just make him a friend for life. And just say, I'm not going to keep divorcing and marrying him and making myself pretty much seem foolish. And Robin is not foolish. But because his infidelity issues, if he's not going to be faithful to you and you want faithfulness, then I would say let it go or keep him and he's cheating on you. That must hurt. So, another divorce, guys, another cheating, another divorce. She's going to hide that. She's not going to let people know. Well, she might come out and say it. And then she might get divorced again. And it seems like a saga story, whatever that's called. Yeah. But teach my mom is, if you got to get divorced twice, please don't get married again to the same dude a third time. There's a lesson in there somewhere. Okay. And that lesson, that's the statement for Robin. Yeah, like Robin. Wait a minute. Okay. Yeah, just Robin, let it go. Okay, so that was the research moment. And on point number 5. Okay, the most loving moment is Candace's support for what she calls her man. I love that. She calls Chris her man, which I pointed out other reviews of The Real Housewives of Potomac. I love that. I love that she said, where's my man at? And I love their union. I love the fact that how she stands up for him. And how, but also I love, I want to say this too, that, Chris does need to keep his emotions down for Gizelle feeling uncomfortable about, that is her feelings. Chris and Candace, they need to move on and focus on that great love story, because the most loving moment is Candace and Chris, the union, how do they defend each other, and just how great that they're not letting anyone come against their marriage at all. And I just also want to say, I'm not point number 5, but this is some little real chat time with BINTI Love. I think it was a real friendship between Gizelle and Candace and Chris.